Hello friends, welcome to Captain's Comment. This is Captain Muthu Krishnan and this is a program where I give my opinion almost on anything under the sun and the moon. And therefore I start with a caveat. All the opinions which are expressed in this program are mine and does not reflect any official position of any person, place or thing. Now that the statutory caveat is out of the way, let me talk about today's program. We are going to talk about two issues which is raised by the Honorable Leader of Opposition, Shri Rahul Gandhi, in his tweet on 17th May. And I read, the tweet says, informing Pakistan at the start of our attack was a crime. The EAM, which is the External Affairs Minister, has publicly admitted that GOI, which is Government of India, did it. And then he asked two questions, I quote, number one, who authorized it? And number two, how many aircraft did our Air Force lose as a result? Friends, I am not in a position to confirm or deny the loss or the probable loss of aircrafts during Operation Sindoor. The Government of India itself has neither confirmed nor denied it. On the 11th of May, during the press briefing, the Director General of Air Operations, Air Marshal Anil Bharti, said this: we are in a combat scenario and losses are part of it. Question is, have we achieved our objective? Answer is a thumping yes. As for details, at this time, and when he said this time it is on 11th of May, I would not like to comment on that as we are still in combat and give advantage to adversary. All our pilots are back home. Today is the 30th of May and as of today, the Government of India or the Defence has neither confirmed nor denied the loss of any aircrafts. As per the Western media, especially Reuters and CNN, who gave these figures based on the Pakistani DGISPR press conference, India lost 5 aircrafts, 2 Rafales, 1 Su-30 and 2 Mirage 2000s. We are not going to do any analysis of what should have happened. Based on a little knowledge on the warcraft, I am going to share what could have happened in a hypothetical scenario of India having lost one of their prize aircraft, fighter aircraft, which is Rafales. Gone are the days when air warfare is all about dogfights, where a pilot sitting in a cockpit chases another aircraft, fires at them using their cannons and missiles, and fight for who is a supreme pilot. Nowadays, aircraft are not fought on the superiority of an individual hardware. In this case, the Rafales or the Su-30s or the Mirage 2000. In the current scenario, wars are not won by defeating what is in front of you, but on the strength of what is behind you. We are not talking about individual aircrafts fighting against individual aircrafts. We will be fighting against the war doctrines which are fighting against each other, the support systems that are in place. With that caveat, let me look at a hypothetical situation. The first question of the Honorable Leader of Opposition is, who authorized the External Affairs Minister to speak to Pakistan? Firstly, he is part of the the top decision-making committee of the cabinet committee on security, and therefore he does not need any authorization. And the Prime Minister in any case has complete confidence on him. Did the External Affairs Minister speak to Pakistan about the attack? Well, the Government of India in its press briefing said that while an information was passed on to Pakistan, it was not before Operation Sindoor, it is immediately after the Operation Sindoor commenced. Is that a prudential move? Yes, of course. Remember, the objective of Operation Sindoor is not to initiate a war with Pakistan. The objective of Operation Sindoor is also not to defeat the Pakistan military establishment. Both of them would result in a full-blown war. The objective of Operation Sindoor is as precise as it could be given the circumstances, which is to destroy the hideouts and the fountains from which these terrorists derive their support, money, muscle and motivation. Did we do it? Yes, we did this. Now imagine an aircraft which is flying and which is firing missiles at a territory which is inside the international boundary. We are talking about places like Bhavalpur and Murike, which is well within Pakistan. And imagine that we did not reach out to them. What would be the first reaction of Pakistan? India started attack. And then they will start attacking, leading to an escalation which is uncontrolled. It's more like a chain reaction. And therefore, the External Affairs Minister did the right thing by informing their Pakistan, whoever it is, that look, we are not going to target your military establishment. We are not going to target your civilian establishment. We will only target these terrorist hideouts and we are going to eradicate it. And therefore, what the External Affairs Minister said was a sensible thing, right? That's the first thing. And the second question is, did we lose in Rafale? Now, on a hypothetical situation that we might have lost Rafale, and the reason I'm telling you that this is a hypothetical situation because the Indian government, while confirming that all our pilots returned safe, did not give that confirmation as far as those magnificent flying missions are concerned. Which means, taking into context the fact that none of the aircrafts crossed international boundaries, there is a hypothetical possibility that one of the Rafales got hit and the pilot ejected safely. Now, how could that have happened? Because Rafale is the latest 4.5 generation fighter aircraft compared to what JL-10s that the Pakistan had. Why is it happening? Okay. Firstly, in any air combat, as I said, it's the systems that fight against each other. And these systems are not just those, the flying missions, but also the support system which includes air defense, radars that direct these aircrafts, etc. Now, prudential wisdom says that when your aircraft is airborne, immediately the early warning systems, the AWACS or the airborne warning systems of Pakistan would be eliminated. They would be, informed that yes, there is this particular aircraft. Now, as you go towards the enemy, the first thing that conventional warfare would dictate is to destroy or suppress their airborne defense systems. So, it's called the SIAD, which is a very famous word now. which stands for suppression of enemy air defense, SEAD, or one step beyond is the DARD, which is destruction of enemy air defense systems. But remember, the moment Rafale, which has an inbuilt defense mechanism, targets an air defense of Pakistan, Pakistan radar would know that yes, there is this aircraft which is there in a combat mode, and it would have given out that element of surprise. Pakistan would have known. And remember, these are operations which are measured in seconds and minutes. Let me give you an example. All it takes is 9 seconds for a fighter pilot to respond when they detect a missile coming towards them. Just 9 seconds, right? So therefore, Indian Army, rightly so, did not get into any SEAD operations, which means they did not suppress or destroy the air defense of Pakistan. That happened much later when Pakistan escalated. And therefore, with an active air defense capability that Pakistan had, Rafales are sitting ducks. Also remember, we had, I think probably, had assumed that the PL15 missiles that China gave to Pakistan was that of an export variant where the range is probably about 100 to 150 kilometers. Whereas Chinese actually gave the domestic variant where the range is about 150 plus 200 plus kilometers. And that was beyond the range of Rafale. So that's the first thing. The second is about the question of how many aircrafts did India lose. Air Marshal Bharti has very clearly said that it is not a time to count body bags. It's the time to go and get the objectives done. Have we achieved our objective? Yes, of course we have achieved the objective. That also leads to a third question. Why did we stop operations? There are a lot of people say, look, we should have continued. Now that we have bombed and we have made various airstrips, Sargot, and we have Murid and all these places, why did we continue? Well, that is exactly what we were not supposed to do. If we have done that, the enemy would have got an excuse to internationalize this, which we didn't want to. Today, by stopping where we are supposed to stop, which is achieving the objective of Operation Sindoor, we got what we want. We made a point and we made sure that the world knew what we are supposed to do and where we will stop. So thank you very much for joining this edition of Captain's Comment. I look forward to meeting you in the next edition. Thank you very much.